What's cracking, everyone? This is Solomon SK for Whiskey and RPGs, and if you're new to the channel, we always begin each new week with a new drink, and today we have Wild Turkey. But I know before you go on, it's a special Wild Turkey. I promise you. It's I guess they're a special edition called Forgiven, right over here, and it says blend of bourbon and rye straight whiskeys. And I think that just means it's just much more stronger. I mean, let me tell you, Wild Turkey is some strong stuff, and this is no exception. But this particular bottle is special to me because it was given to me as a gift from a really close friend who was a former infantryman with the 10th Mountain Division. So with that being said, today's toast also goes out to all you infantrymen in the Army and the Marines. Thank you for keeping us safe, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So cheers to you guys. But anyways, guys, I know we got a lot of news to cover because PAX is going on right now over in the East Coast. And yeah, if you got your glasses ready with your beverage of choice, I hope you guys are ready to hang out. Let's cover the news together. Cheers again, everyone. So before we go over the major news, I just wanted to cover some of the content updates that are going on right now. If you are a TERA fan and you play on the console, over at massivelyop.com, they say on Tuesday, March 3rd, TERA brings Forsaken Souls update to consoles. The centerpiece of this update is the Forsaken Island dungeon, and hard mode rewards will reward you with the I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. It's a ghost pig mount. I don't know what that looks like, but hard mode does give you some extra goodies, as well as auto fishing and updated guild quests. So if that's something that you've been looking forward to on the TERA console versions, you got that to look forward to. I thought I'd cover this real quick because it does have a little bit of popularity, even though it's not an MMO nor is it an RPG. But for the PlayStation 4 version of Spellbreak, and this is brought to you by Gematsu.com, also on March 3rd, it will introduce the beta of the game. Closed beta for the PlayStation 4 version on March 3rd. People who purchase the Mystic Founder Pack Edition will get access to this beta. And really quick, if you don't know what this game is about, it's another battle royale game, but it has a fantasy twist to it rather than, you know, your typical guns like Fortnite and Apex Legends. So yeah, you have something like the Pyromancer. Pyromancer specializes in fire magic. Stone Shaper, which focuses on defense of Earth magic. Toxicologist, sneakier playstyle focused on burst damage. The Conduit, which casts lightning bolts and summons storms. The Tempest takes the skies on the wings of the winds to rain down destruction from above. And lastly, the Frostborn is a fast-moving sniper as well. So if this is something that you are interested in and you're into battle royales, definitely check out the beta if you are interested. And heading on over to MMORPG.com, we have ArcheAge. Free gifts continue until March 5th. ArcheAge players will continue receiving free gifts until March 5th. Daru's maxed stream bike, the Kamari, I believe it's called, and the bound Serendipity Stone. Unfortunately, I have no idea what those are. I'm guessing that's the steampunk sort of bike that you get. But yeah, you have free stuff coming your way if you still play ArcheAge at this moment. And continuing on with MMORPG.com, Final Fantasy XIV details little Ladies' Day event. If you guys saw my episode last week, I had no idea that Little Girls' Day and Little Boys' Day was a thing in Japan, like I guess like an unofficial holiday. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, they're bringing that holiday over at Final Fantasy XIV. I thought it was like a specific holiday meant specifically for Final Fantasy XIV, so that's why I thought I was a little weirded out. Maybe it was a lolly thing, but that's not the case at all. But anyways, the event is set to last until March 16th, almost 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. To participate, head on over to Yuldaz Steppe of Nald. I believe I'm butchering that. I do apologize. Well, where you will receive royal Sensual. Again, I don't know if I'm butchering that. There's some of the rewards include dyeable headgear called the Princess's Peach Corsage, Sensual's monocle, and Eastern Stage and Little Ladies' Day banner furnishings, as well as peach confetti and cherry confetti. So yeah, you get some goodies for this day as well. So this floats your boat. Head on over to Final Fantasy XIV to take part. And then we head on over to Gematsu.com, and if you are a Monster Hunter World fan, Monster Hunter World Iceborne expansion, third major update launches on March 23rd, which will be at the end of this month. Monster Hunter World Iceborne Title Update 3 will launch for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on March 23rd, and the PC version will follow in April. Title Update 3 adds variant monsters, Raging Bracadillos, whatever, I don't know. It sounds like some sort of dinosaur, and Furious Rajang, or Rajang, however you pronounce it. So you got something to look forward to if you're a Monster Hunter fan. Also, heading on over back to massivelyOP.com, Black Desert prepares to shoot the Archer into the PlayStation 4 on March 4th. Again, as stated before, PlayStation 4 players will have the option once this class launches on March 4th. And also, just to let you know, he starts with an awakening weapon and can swap back and forth between the great bow and the crossbow as necessary. So a lot of the classes you have to wait until, I believe, level 56 to equip your awakening weapon, but with the Archer, you straight out from the gate, level 1, you get access to both. So that's definitely something that's awesome. And again, to all the Black Desert fans out there on the PlayStation console, you got something to look forward to. So sticking with massivelyOP.com, and this is where we will cover a lot of the news. Magic Legends offer a look at the Beast Caller class in a new gameplay video. And I know there's a lot of people who are looking forward to this game, but not so much because of Perfect World Entertainment. I get it, but either way, they showcased this, I believe, at PAX. And yeah, the Beast Caller class, which is the highlighted, which was highlighted of a 16-minute gameplay video blurb from the game's website. Vanquish hordes of foes on the battlefield with crushing blows from your massive spirit axe while coordinating your attacks with the Aether Fox or Ether Fox companion and other summoned beasts. But also provides a look at a full mission from start to finish. So if you're wondering about how the game plays out in terms of its quest line, you could definitely take a look at the 16-minute gameplay footage to see how that folds out, so fans can get a feel of how the standard gameplay will operate. So yeah, if you head on over to their main YouTube channel, you could take a look as well, but I know a number of other gaming websites has also hosted the 16-minute gameplay as well. But if we head on over to MMORPG.com, they also iterate. Note that the footage is very clearly pre-alpha. So again, if there are certain things that don't look right, and even though I did take a look, there are a few things that may not look very correct at the moment. It's not even alpha. This is pre-alpha, right? So take everything that you see with a grain of salt, but I think it's safe to say that the overall sort of the overall footage of the game is something that is going to be a base of everything else, and there's definitely going to be some changes, I would imagine. So yeah, definitely got something to look forward to. So I have to cover this because Riot Games is just such a huge company within the gaming industry. Riot Games multiplayer FPS Valorant is officially unveiled with new screens, details, and gameplay footage. I guess I'll put this with a pass since it is a multiplayer online game, even though it isn't an MMO, or nor is it an RPG. But anyways, so I know Riot Games was in the news, some of it not so good, but one of them being some of the leaks that we've been getting. And it's called, so finally they came out with a game called Valorant, and heading on over to massivelyOP.com, confirms Valorant as a 5v5 competitive FPS first-person shooter with gameplay similar to CSGO in that one team has a bomb, here called a spike, and the other plays defense. Bigger wrinkle that Valorant has is that they have a character aspect similar to what they have in Overwatch, with characteristics of having their own unique single-use abilities that do things like create smoke screens, blind players, revive and heal allies, and even scout an area. The entire thing, and this is something that I kind of got too, the entire thing reads like a mixture of CSGO and Overwatch, which may not even be a bad thing, you know. And it continues on saying that it will be a free-to-play game when it releases. Monetization will focus on gun skins that players can purchase directly or in packs. But here's the kicker: there will not be any loot boxes in the game. I don't think that's really a surprise because a lot of praises for Riot Games is in the past games that they release is removing loot boxes. Plus, I don't think they really have a choice considering what's been going on in Europe, where they think loot boxes is gambling, and I think they have a fair point. So, but then they also say that there are also no plans for character skins at the time being, but that's, you know, I'm pretty sure they probably will. I think that's another thing that a lot of people will look forward to. So expect, in my opinion, expect character skins to also be in the mix in terms of their monetization. Full launch is expected at some point in the summer of 2020, which isn't that far, really. Now that we're in March, springtime, summer is the next season. So if this is something that floats your boat, definitely head on over to massivelyorp.com for their coverage of this game. Or you could also check out their gameplay footage here from their main website. But I also have it up playing at the top, of course. But obviously, I can't play all of it. So heading on back over to MMORPG.com, this is to all the Path of Exile fans out there. And they say Path of Exile outlines Atlas of the World's changes. The team addressed the primary point of feedback, which was the randomness of spawning encounters, and in quote, beginning after you're first able to fight the Awakened, you'll need to spawn influence in a region. This influence will spawn randomly, but with a high chance. New icon in a bar next to your Atlas inventory indicates some sort of, which is an indication of your influence in the area, I believe, if that's how it reads. Again, I've never played Path of Exile, but just know that there are certain changes that is going on to the spawning system. I'm guessing that this is some sort of endgame content where you get epic loot or something like that for a particular awakened mobs that you defeat. Additionally, sextants are coming back as a vendor recipe. Even though Delirium is nearly here, the team aren't making any changes to the Atlas in the Delirium League, as well as awakening levels will be 4 watchstones socketed to your Atlas. Awakening level bonuses will provide you with the same benefits as they provided previously. So it looks like they are taking a lot of feedback from its players. Again, I really wish I'm able to tell you what this is about, but because I never played it, I can't really give any context other than what I'm able to read from these news articles. But yeah, if this is something that interests you, and let me know if it's a good or a bad thing down in the comment section below. Heading on back over to massivelyorp.com, Camelot Unchained offers a look at a new RVR testing zone and the item infusion system. So it says, as you can see, I made a few highlights. The new testing zone will be an island roughly 8 kilometers across, with starting plots for each realm located roughly 2 kilometers from a large castle plot located near the center of the map. There are also other smaller towers mixed in as well, just to let you know. But Mark Jacobs also said that this is the first time that Camelot Unchained will be testing its basic gameplay beats instead of a limited time scenario. So that means Zone will persist through the duration of the testing with no resets or end, which is really cool. Definitely gives you sort of a persistent feel with it with this round of testing. The latest newsletter provides a deep dive of the infusion system as well, that lets crafters change an item's physical or magical properties such as sharpness or tensile strength of blocks. I don't know what that means, unfortunately, but it does sound pretty important for those crafters out there. So the full article can be found at massivelyorp.com if you wish. There's also this video of Mark Jacobs, I believe, doing a Q&A from their main YouTube page as well. So when I first opened up this article, I thought I'd cover it very briefly, but I ended up making more highlights than I initially intended to, because it's a mobile game, you know, and if you guys didn't know, I do have my biases against mobile games, but I'll still cover it because you have 2 big companies featured here. PAX East 2020 Marvel Future Revolution is Netmarble's new open world mobile MMO. And again, I have to insert it here. Again, calling certain mobile games MMOs, I think, is not a very good description, because, you know, it has to be massively, but again, that's neither here nor there. I do apologize, but it's just sometimes it's just one of those things that just really feels like you're stretching on chalkboard type of sense, you know. But anyways, Marvel and Netmarble announced a new mobile open world online RPG, Marvel Future Revolution. Netmarble and Marvel has worked together before on a game called Marvel Future Fight. Marvel Future Revolution is a spin-off of this game, but unlike Future Fight, which is more of an isometric action RPG, Future Revolution is more of an MMORPG on your phone. Several open world zones where players can see and interact with other players, and the camera will be third-person chase cam with control schemes mimicking that of more traditional MMOs. The studio rep said that they will be continuing development on both games separately and side by side. So if you are somebody who plays the other aforementioned game, you have nothing to worry about, according to them at least. The story of Marvel Future Revolution revolves around the event called the Convergence, where multiple parallel universes have begun to collide with each other. It's a very lengthy article, and just judging from some of the screen caps here, like obviously you have Doctor Strange here, looks really good, you know, for a mobile game. Like the textures and his beard, his hair, I mean, that's some pretty spot on graphics, admittedly, for a mobile MMO. Of course, you got Captain Marvel and everything here. So yeah, if this is something that you are interested in, definitely head on over to massivelyop.com under news, and you'll get more information about this game if it's something that you're interested in. And this is a game called Book of Travels, and I briefly covered it before, I believe a month ago. And the one thing that really sticks out of this game is that it's mostly a 2D game that has, like, I believe painted graphics. And judging from the trailer that we got so far, it's a beautiful game, and I'm very interested just because it's such a step away from your traditional games out there. But anyways, I just wanted to briefly mention this, that they did post a Q&A video starting lead technical artist Peter man, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that, but you get the idea. So I'm guessing this is the main guy that is in charge of all the artistic and aesthetics of the game. And as you can see, I have it playing up above me, and it just looks wonderfully gorgeous. And I'm definitely interested because of it. I think it does deserve some attention at least. So heading on back over to MMORPG.com, we have Aragorn and Arwen's wedding coming to the Lord of the Rings Online. I actually had to go back and Google who these people were in the Lord of the Rings universe. And I'm like, oh, those two people. Cool, okay. It's been such a long time. But anyways, in a Q&A with fans at PAX East this weekend, fans of Lord of the Rings Online were given treats. And they confirmed Arwen and Aragorn's wedding coming to the game, as well as a brand new Gunnabad themed expansion. Probably butchering that, I do apologize if I am. They go on to say that upcoming content beyond the wedding, including a story that focuses more on dwarves, specifically the legacy of Durin. Again, sorry, I have no idea who that is. Gunnabad, or is that how you pronounce it? Gunnabad? No, Gundabad. Oh my goodness. I can't English. I'm sorry, guys. Gundabad theme expansion is expected in spring of 2021, next year, and they're working on fixing the game's lackluster legendary system, as well as adding a short-term quote-unquote update to assist players with getting scrolls of empowerment more easily, as well as implementing an all-new essence-based system in the future. So yeah, if you definitely want to check out more information, head on over to massivelyop.com under news, or definitely check out their PAX Q&A that they did in their YouTube official YouTube channel. And just real quick, heading on over to Gematsu.com, Death Stranding for PC, it launches June 2nd, includes Half-Life content. So yeah, PC version of Death Stranding will launch via Steam and Epic Game Store for $60, as well as a day one physical edition for $70 on June 2nd. The PC version will also add features such as photo mode, high frame rate, and ultra wide monitor support, as well as content from Valve's Half-Life series. And I'm guessing that's what this screenshot is about. So yeah, they have different things. If you pre-order the Death Stranding PC version, you get HD wallpapers, Sam sunglasses, cap, gold and silver speed skeleton, as well as gold and silver armor plates. All copies of the game will also additionally include the Death Stranding official score, sections from the Art of Death Stranding digital book, gold and silver power skeleton, gold and silver all-terrain skeletons, and all that sorts of stuff. And the day one special physical edition includes all of the content above, as well as a steelbook slipcase and a new steelbook artwork, which is really cool. So I mean, obviously have something playing that showcases all of the content as well. But yeah, if you don't have a console and you always wanted to play Death Stranding on the PC, such as myself, you got something to look forward to this coming June. So heading on back over to MMORPG.com, Blizzard outlines upcoming content for WoW Classic. grab legendary cloak in WoW. So Blizzard is planning on opening up the Arathi Basin on all realms next week for WoW Classic. So they're still developing and releasing new content for WoW Classic as well. On March 10th, it will kick off the Battleground holiday system as well. Zulgrura, jeez, I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. And release the Fabled Dragons of Nightmare in April. Grab your legendary cloak in WoW. There's a step-by-step guide in which you can follow the steps here in massivelyoP.com to obtain your cloak. In case you missed it, here it is. I'm not going to go every single detail, but it is there for your amusement or your for your education, I guess you could say too, if that's a thing. But yeah, they have different things coming up for WoW Classic as well. Again, those of you guys who know, I haven't played WoW since Wrath of the Lich King, so I don't know too much about what's going on or what any of these names are. So I do apologize. And just real quick, Final Fantasy VII Remake demo now available. New previews and gameplay. A demo for Final Fantasy VII Remake is now available for the PlayStation 4. I tried looking around if it's also released on anywhere else. That doesn't seem to be the case because remember, I believe Square Enix said that the PlayStation 4, in terms of the Final Fantasy games, will get a year-long exclusive. So we will likely get the game for other consoles and even the PC, but we won't get that until in 2021 at the very latest, it seems like. So, but if you do have a PlayStation 4, you could actually have you could also download the demo as of right now. The Mako 1 reactor bombing mission is the demo. Save data from the demo cannot be carried over to the full version of the game. And the content of the demo may differ from the final release, so there might be some changes until then. But users who download the demo before May 11th will receive an exclusive PlayStation 4 theme. So even though it's free, you also get exclusive content just for trying it out, which is really cool. But they also do note that Red 8 will not be playable in the game, but will join you as a guest character that fights alongside you during the last part of the story. So that wraps up for today's MMO and RPG news roundup. If you guys made it with me this far, I do appreciate that because the watch time is another part of the YouTube algorithm that no one really talks about, so I do appreciate that. And I will have more news for you as we roll out more PAX information continuing this week. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. I hope you guys have a blessed night, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.